known, I have just officially relocated to Dubai. And today's adventures includes camels, quads, and a whole lot of sunburned wrists. I'm hot, I don't get bullied.
Wow.
You kira I sejak ini I dibully.
Wow, okay.
So if any of y'all watching happen to work at Meta, please take this as my appeal video. I want to prove to you that I have been a good Instagram citizen. And guess what? I f***ed up. I am taking full responsibility for all the mistakes that I made last year. Just like you, I am human, and I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes.
Now, is it just me, or do influencers seriously think that moving across the world means their whole reputation just disappears? Because Jazmine Tan really thought that she could pack up, fly to Dubai, post a few day in my life vlogs, and suddenly everything she's done before just goes away? Yeah, no. She's barely started this new era and people are already bringing everything back up. The fake social experiments, the way that she shamed another girl for looking too old, the Botox panic, it's all still there. And while she's acting like it's all behind her, her audience hasn't moved on, not even close. You couldn't scroll without seeing someone mention how fast she switched up on her message, or how this whole rebrand just feels like she's trying to run from the mess instead of dealing with it. And honestly, if she keeps ignoring it, this might not just be a bad look, it could be another cancellation, just in a different time zone. Anyways, let's talk about Jazmine Tan, who went from being everyone's favorite internet big sister to someone fans don't even recognize anymore. In case you missed it, guys, Jazmine Tan is officially in her Dubai era. She's been posting vlogs titled Desert Princess Day, showing off routines, resets, and luxury views like it's the start of a new personality. But even with all of the soft glam edits and positive captions, people haven't forgotten what came before this, because Jazmine's scandals, they didn't fade just because she changed time zones. Instead of seeing a new version of her, fans started noticing the same pattern. She is still pushing a curated image of self-love while avoiding any kind of real accountability for the stuff that she did before. Like, sure, she's walking through Dubai sand dunes now instead of filming from her bedroom, but when you still haven't addressed all of the controversies, the Botox contradictions, or that time you filtered your own sister's face in a confidence video, yeah, people are gonna talk. Now, if you were online around the time that Jazmine posted that Pilates video, then you already know this wasn't just a petty moment. This was the exact incident that made the whole girl empowerment brand start to crumble. So basically, she walks into a Pilates class, sees another woman in the room, and assumes out loud that she's a mom of two based on how she looks. And guys, the way she told the story, it was straight up disrespectful. Here's the clip from the actual now archived video, and this is what she said.
This morning, I saw this girl in my Pilates class, right? And I legit thought that she was like a mama muda that goes to Pilates class after she drops her kids to school in the morning. And today I was feeling sociable, right? So I poked her and I was like, oh my god, you awet muda banget. And she was like, what are you talking about? I'm 21. At that point, I wanted to unalive myself because, oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
Now, mind you, this is coming from the same person who built her entire platform on self-love, body positivity, and uplifting women. But in that moment, it was full-on public humiliation disguised as content. And it backfired badly. The video was deleted, but of course, the internet kept receipts. That one moment triggered online callouts and viewers who used to love her suddenly questioning everything she stood for. One comment summed it up perfectly. That is a gross thing to say, even if that girl was a mom. You could ruin someone's whole week by commenting on how old they look. Because how are you gonna preach confidence and then turn around and drag a woman's appearance for existing in the same room as you? And unfortunately for Jazmine, this was just the beginning. Because instead of taking a second to reflect or even act the tiniest bit embarrassed, she turned around and said this.
I would like to just make something clear that if you do not like me and you find my videos cringy, that's okay, baby. Because I do. I absolutely adore me. I can't force you to have good taste.
Now, be serious. That was not an apology. That is Jazmine clapping for herself while everyone else is just like, what? She really looked her entire audience in the face, the same girls who supported her for years, and basically said, I'm amazing and you're just mad. You could not tell me she wasn't feeling herself way too much in that moment. Not even the littlest bit of shame. And this is when people stopped giving her the benefit of the doubt. One viewer said it best, the moment I noticed her, I realized she's promoting self-obsession, not self-love. And that's exactly how it felt. Like, the message was never really about growth. It was about glorifying herself. Viewers who once saw her as a confident big sister figure were now realizing she was just mean. And the worst part, she was weaponizing her platform using self-love as a shield while mocking strangers, fans, and even her own supporters. And you guys, we are not even done, because the next time she got called out, she was literally caught faking an entire social experiment just to push a weird anti-man agenda. Now, you guys, if there is one thing about the internet, it's that you cannot lie on camera and think that nobody is gonna fact check you. And Jazmine, she really thought that she could finesse her way through an entire fake experiment without getting clocked. So this all started when she posted a video with her little sister, June. She tells her to go on Pinterest and search ugly girls. When no results come up, Jazmine makes this big dramatic speech about how society protects women and refuses to call them ugly. Then she tells June to search ugly boys, and suddenly a whole bunch of images pop up. She gasps, acts shocked, and declares Pinterest is a girls platform. And if you're thinking, wait, she really said that? Yes, she did.
Pinterest is a girl's girl.
What do you mean?
No, really, here. Open Pinterest and then search ugly girls. What does it say?
Oh my god, we couldn't find any pins?
For ugly girls, there's no results for ugly girls. That is so
Oh my
cool.
God.
Now open Pinterest again
Okay.
and then search for ugly boys.
Oh my god.
There's actual results. There's actual ugly
There's
boys
actual
results. So yeah, Pinterest is a girl's girl.
Except there was one problem. It was completely fake. People tried the same search terms and realized Pinterest doesn't show results for either term. And you guys, when fans dug deeper, they found out Jazmine had manually created a board called Ugly Boys and filled it with random photos just so that it would pop up when June searched it. One viewer even pointed out, if you look closely at the Ugly Boys results, you can see it's actually a Pinterest board and not Pinterest results. I mean, fabricating a whole lie just to make men look bad, it was a setup. And when people exposed her, it just didn't make her look petty, it destroyed her credibility. Because if she's willing to stage something this specific just to prove a point, then what else has she faked? So after the whole Pinterest lie exploded, people started rewatching her videos and realizing she's been low-key spiraling into man-hate mode for a while now. She started using phrases like boy math to drag men who didn't meet her standards. She mocked guys for their looks, their jobs, their dating preferences, even their hairlines. At one point, she literally said,
Boy math is wanting a woman with a perfect hourglass shape when you need to be more worried about that hairline boo-boo. And boy math is thinking high-value women are in their league. Stay in your league, son. Go disappoint another girl. Okay, baby girlies, that was fun. I love you always. Bye.
and sure, some of it might have seemed like harmless sass at first, but when you stack it next to the Pinterest setup, the mockery of male traits, and the way that she constantly framed men as delusional or disgusting, it stopped being satire. It started looking deliberate. Even worse, she didn't just aim it at adult men. In one of her videos, she literally says she hates kids.
No, bro, I cannot make this up. I hate kids. I swear to God, I hate kids. Like, little kids are the meanest, I swear.
That line right there, paired with her rants about ugly guys, baby talk rules, and zero accountability, made fans realize this wasn't about empowerment anymore. It was about tearing people down for content. And right when people were starting to back away from her channel, Jazmine jumped back in front of the camera and made it worse. She went online freaking out over turning 25, and honestly, it caught a lot of people off guard. She called it her Wrinkle Crisis, and in the middle of this whole meltdown, she casually announced that she was getting Botox. Not for medical reasons, not even for a brand deal, but just because she couldn't deal with a few lines on her forehead. And for someone who constantly tells her audience to love themselves, themselves, this was a major shift. And just like that, all that talk about confidence and embracing natural beauty, thrown out the window. She goes on to say that because she smiles so much and is too expressive, she's already developing forehead lines. And instead of letting her audience sit with that for even 2 seconds, she immediately hits them with,
I refuse to age.
So today I'm getting my wrinkles removed because no amount of skincare can fix it. So today you're coming with me to get my very first Botox. Let's go.
Baby girl, did you know that after the age of 25, your body produces 1% less collagen every year? And as your body produces less collagen, you know what that means?
Wrinkles!
Well, apparently, if you start getting preventive Botox in your mid-20s, you can prevent the earliest fine lines from becoming deep wrinkles that's gonna be harder to correct later when you're in your 40s.
Because look at this. This is 1 week later.
Now, obviously, nobody is shaming her for choosing Botox. The issue is the complete 180 from her usual messaging. This is the same girl who says that you're perfect the way that you are, who tells her audience not to chase unattainable beauty standards. And now she's here panicking about fine lines at 25? It just proved what a lot of people had already started suspecting. Jazmine's version of self-love only applies when you fit a very specific Instagram-filtered standard. Now, if you've been watching Jazmine since her peak, then you know she used to run YouTube like it was her diary. Every upload hit millions, her comments were filled with yes queen energy. Girls were quoting her in captions, copying her outfits, following every single thing she shared. But after all the mess and controversies, everything started falling apart. Her videos barely reaching what they used to, her comments slowing down. The same audience that once cheered her on suddenly didn't have that much to say. And the ones that were speaking up weren't exactly praising her anymore. The vibe changed and she could feel it. She didn't address the backlash, she didn't explain anything, she just kept posting like nothing was wrong, hoping the silence would fade. What really sealed it was the lack of brand activity. Jazmine used to be flooded with sponsorships, skincare deals, discount codes, all of that, but now there's nothing. No new collabs, no unboxing videos, just her trying to keep up the same routine while her audience quietly stepped back. And let's be real, Dubai was supposed to be her fresh start, but from the way that people are already calling her out overseas, this reset might just become her next crash. Because if her past is catching up with her this fast, then we might be watching Jazmine Tan get canceled all over again, just in a different time zone.